Welcome to my unboxing and first impression of the DJI Action 2 video. So straight out of the box, once you open it, you're welcome with the unit itself. And definitely you have other things in the box, guys, don't worry. We'll get there. So this device feels really tiny on the hand. Once you open it, it's really small. Compared to what you're seeing right now on your screen, it's a really tiny device. Like watching YouTube, I could not tell that this thing was really tiny, even when those guys said it was small. But now I can see that it's a really tiny device. So out of the box, again, you have different units that comes with this device. So here you have a USB Type-C, which is for charging, obviously, and if you also want to transfer data to your laptop or your computer. But I would recommend just popping out the memory card and installing it directly. And it's also got some mounts, 2 extra mounts that comes with it. So you can mount this to a tripod or a monopod, and it's really sturdy for the material that they've used to make this device. And also a screw with adhesive back, so that can be glued onto a wall or onto any surface, and if it gets dusty over time, you can just rinse it or wash it in water, and you can reuse it over time. So it's something I'm still yet to try. And last but not the least, guys, it's the main reason why I bought this device is because of the neck strap, which I wish GoPro really had, but they don't. So I went for the Osmo DJI Action 2 for this very reason, and I cannot wait to test this out, guys. So that thing feels really sturdy. Like it feels like plastic, but very thick plastic, and at some part I think there is metal in it, because that's the part for the magnetism. So because you will be sticking your Action 2 to that device, and it's gonna stick while you wear it like a bracelet or like a neck chain, if that makes sense, on your neck. And it's really sturdy how strong it is when the magnet. So I'll be checking this out in my full review. If you're interested, make sure you stick to the end of the video, or just click on the next link below, because I'll be uploading both. And also the last but not the least is something like what you find in a GoPro mount. So you can screw this onto any of your GoPro accessories that you already have before, and it should work. So that's it with the box. These are all the things you find in the box out of the way. Now let's dive into the unit itself. I can't stress enough how this feels in the hand, guys. It feels like a fragile it feels like a fragile toy, to be honest, like an expensive toy, let's put it that way. So yeah, so if you're getting this, just put in mind that this is not as robust or rugged as the GoPro is, comparing especially if you're talking about action camera, because I expect action camera to be something you can, carry around like you don't care if it falls. But bro, look at the screen, it's really exposed. So if this device falls towards the edge, that is it. And that is an OLED screen. That's the funny thing, it will fucking damage. Sorry to use the F word, but DJI, I wonder why they did this. Now I'm beginning to think I prefer the first build, the Action 1. Like I said, it feels like metal, but again, I still do not feel safe. Immediately after unboxing this thing, I'm like, how is this supposed to be an action camera? So that is the part for magnetism anyways. If you want to understand how this works, once you put the device next to each other, with that golden part, you see the magnets straight out. The magnetism is actually strong. It's pretty strong and sturdy. Once that thing is locked in place, it actually doesn't fall off immediately, or you need extreme force to make it fall off. So it's pretty cold to the touch if it is not on, but once you start turning this bad boy on, oh my god, I'm going to talk about that in the next video, to be honest. So going through the setup immediately, you need your phone 100% to go through the setup of this thing. It's not like a GoPro that you could actually do a setup without your phone. On here you would need a phone to activate this device. So it didn't work directly from the Osmo DJI, so I used the carton like you see, scanning the barcode, and it takes you to the app. You must make sure you go to the app store. So if you're using an iPhone, go to the app store. If you're on Android, you know where to go. Go to your Play Store and install the DJI Mimo app. And from there, make sure you register. Just read everything accordingly and just, sign in, and it should work. And that was it. That was a pretty straight forward installation, to be honest, in terms of because I've never used the DJI Action before. I've had GoPro 5, 7, 8, no 7 and 9, but I've never used the DJI. But when I saw this device, the unit is different compared to like what I've been using, so I said I should give it a try. But now I'm almost regretting if I made a mistake getting the DJI, because that device feels really, really fragile, guys. So straight out of the box, again, how it looks like is that's the front unit, and that looks like a sensor, which no one is talking about. I have no idea if it's a sensor or a camera inside a camera, but that's how it is. At the front, it's got two microphones, and that is your OLED screen, which is really, really bright, I've heard. And there is the magnetic part where you can add your module. So I have this dual screen module, and if you have the battery pack, the same thing. And that is your on button, and that same button is what you can use to snap picture, or that is what you press for your record, just the way your GoPro would do. And wow, guys, like the quality is amazing. So this thing can shoot in 4K. It does not go up to 5K like the GoPro. And one thing I've noticed just in a couple of minutes that I've been trying to do the setup and all that, the battery is already running down. So for me, that is a red flag, because I had the same issue when I had the GoPro Hero 9. The battery was really dying so fast, I had to return it. And now going for the DJI Action 2, I'm beginning to think I made a mistake by returning my Hero 9. But anyways, guys, I will use this for a week, and I will see if it is really worth keeping. So this is about it. Like when you compare the screen on the dual screen module, they almost look the same. The only difference is the other one's got a camera, while the other one has where you just put your micro SD card, and that's a microphone port again, it's got there. And this part feels plasticky, to be honest. This same part I'm showing you right now is plasticky. It doesn't feel like metal compared to the other units, which has got the camera. So if you take this into water, you would definitely get your camera damaged. So you want to be careful. Make sure that if you're taking this to the beach, you need to go into the water with only the camera units. The other units where you've got your micro USB or your USB Type-C and your slots for micro SD should not go into water with you, otherwise it will ruin straight up, because these things are exposed. So yep, you want to be careful, guys, if you have to buy this. Like I said, it is really sturdy if you connect it properly. So I was trying to hit it off, see if any hard impact would make it come off. That is if you have it connected properly. But in occasion where it's not connected properly, I believe a hard or heavy impact is going to damage your camera, because it's going to fall off. And if it falls off, you don't want your OLED screen hitting the ground, because it will break. So this is my first experience, guys. This is my first hands-on on this device, and I must be honest, during the period where the process of installation of the OS, because I had to do an update on the system, this device started turning really, really hot. One, and another thing I noticed, the battery died really fast. From like 90%, it got to 40% in very few minutes. That is without even really using the camera, like straight out of the box. So I'm pretty skeptical about how this would end. So if you've enjoyed this video and you really want to see my honest opinion about this device, because mind you, many people have made reviews because DJI sent them the camera, so some cannot really say bad things about this camera, but I paid my hard-earned money for this device, so I think I have the right to say what I feel about the camera. So if you want to see such a video, do make sure you subscribe, and or just scroll down to my channel. You'll see my final review of this device, and I'll meet you there. So see you in the next video, guys. Peace.